The Little Princess and the Mysterious Map. Chapter 1. A Map in the Moonlight. One quiet night in the Starfall Kingdom, little Princess Clara couldn't sleep. The moonlight poured softly through her window, making the room glow like silver. Her teddy bear, Mr. Buttons, sat beside her pillow, watching with button eyes as she tossed and turned.
Maybe I'll read a bedtime story myself,
Clara whispered, slipping out of bed and tiptoeing toward her bookshelf. As she reached for her favorite storybook, something fluttered down from between the pages, something old and crinkly. It was a map. Not just any map, it shimmered faintly, glowing with tiny dots like stars. In curly golden letters, it read, "The secret of the lost garden awaits the kindest heart." Clara's eyes widened.
A lost garden? How exciting!
She unfolded the map and saw winding paths, curious symbols, and little drawings of flowers that seemed to move. The map's trail began right inside the castle. Chapter 2. Following the Golden Trail. At sunrise, Clara put on her sparkly adventure cloak, tucked the map into her pocket, and whispered,
Mr. Buttons, it's a quest day.
The castle corridors were quiet. Servants were still waking, and the guards were half asleep. Clara tiptoed through the hall until she reached the old spiral staircase that led down to the royal library. According to the map, that's where the Golden Trail began. She held the paper under the sunlight streaming through a window. Suddenly, glowing golden footprints appeared on the floor.
They're magic footprints.
Clara gasped. She followed them between dusty bookshelves, past the librarian's desk, and to a huge old painting of the kingdom. The footprints stopped right in front of it. Clara murmured. She pressed her hand on the painting and it swung open like a secret door. Behind it was a narrow tunnel lit by tiny floating orbs. Clara giggled.
Oh, this is just like the stories.
She took a deep breath, squeezed Mr. Buttons, and stepped inside. Chapter 3. The Talking Compass. The tunnel led to a stone room filled with glittering shelves. On one of them sat an old compass. When Clara picked it up, the needle began to spin wildly before pointing straight at her. Then it spoke.
Hello, traveler. I am Compy, the talking compass, and you must be the kind-hearted princess.
Clara blinked.
You can talk?
Of course. I help brave explorers find hidden wonders. The Lost Garden is not easy to reach.
Clara smiled brightly.
Then let's find it together.
Compy's needle twirled and pointed to a stone archway.
Follow me. But remember, only those who show kindness can pass each gate.
Kindness? That sounds easy enough.
Clara tilted her head. She skipped after Compy as the archway shimmered and opened into a sunlit forest. Chapter 4. The Forest of Whispers. The forest was full of whispering trees. Their leaves rustled like voices sharing secrets. Clara twirled among them, laughing softly. But then she heard a tiny cry.
Help! My wing is stuck.
She followed the sound and found a little butterfly tangled in a spider's web.
Oh no!
Clara gasped. Carefully, she used a stick to loosen the web. The butterfly fluttered free and sparkled in the sunlight.
Thank you, princess. You freed me.
It said in a tinkly voice.
Here, take this.
It dropped a glowing petal into her hand.
You'll need it when the path turns dark.
Clara tucked the petal safely into her pocket. Compy's voice chimed.
That was your first test of kindness, Princess Clara. Well done.
Clara beamed proudly. They continued until the trees grew denser and darker. The golden footprints appeared again, leading toward a mossy bridge that crossed a bubbling stream. But the bridge was guarded by a sleepy monster. Chapter 5. The Sleepy Monster. The monster yawned and rubbed his eyes.
Who dares cross my nap bridge?
Clara curtsied politely.
Good morning. evening, Mr. Monster. I'm Princess Clara, and I'm following a mysterious map to the Lost Garden.
The monster frowned.
The bridge toll is one song. I can't sleep without a lullaby.
Clara giggled.
That's all I can sing for you.
She sat on a rock and sang softly.
Dreams drift by on silver streams, or stars will guard your slumber dreams.
The monster's eyelids drooped. He sighed happily and soon started snoring. Compy whispered,
Another act of kindness, singing a lullaby instead of arguing. You're doing wonderfully.
Clara smiled and tiptoed across the bridge, careful not to wake him. Chapter 6. The Maze of Reflections. Beyond the forest lay a tall silver gate. It shimmered and opened as Clara approached. Inside was a maze made of mirrors. Each turn reflected 100 Claras.
Oh dear, how will I ever find my way?
Clara said, giggling nervously. Compy floated ahead.
Only the true-hearted will see the real path. Look not with your eyes, but with your heart.
Clara took a deep breath and closed her eyes. She thought about the butterfly she helped, the troll she sang to, and how happy it felt to be kind. When she opened her eyes, one of the mirror paths glowed softly with golden light.
This way.
She whispered. As she walked, the mirrors reflected not her face, but scenes of her acts of kindness. One showed her feeding the castle kittens, another helping her maid pick up fallen apples. Clara realized something important. Every small kindness makes light in the dark. At the end of the maze stood a silver door carved with flowers. She pushed it open and gasped. Chapter 7. The Lost Garden. Before her stretched the most magical garden she'd ever seen. Flowers shimmered like jewels, butterflies painted the air with color, sparkling fountains sang gentle tunes. In the center stood a huge crystal tree glowing softly.
This is it, the Lost Garden of Kindness.
Compy whispered. Clara stepped closer. On the tree's trunk was a hollow space shaped like a flower petal, the same shape as the one the butterfly had given her. She placed the glowing petal inside. With a soft hum, the entire garden burst into golden light. The flowers bloomed brighter, and the fountains sparkled higher. Then, from behind the tree, appeared a gentle spirit in a gown of shimmering petals.
Welcome, Princess Clara. You've proven your heart's kindness,
She said.
Long ago, this garden was hidden until a true kind soul could awaken it again.
Clara curtsied deeply.
I only did what felt right.
The spirit smiled.
And that, dear one, is what makes your heart so special. Take this gift.
From her hand, a single silver seed floated into Clara's palm.
Plant it in your castle garden. Wherever kindness grows, magic follows.
Chapter 8. Back to the castle. The spirit waved her hand, and a gentle wind swirled around Clara. When she opened her eyes, she was back in her bedroom, the morning sunlight shining through her curtains. The map lay folded neatly on her nightstand, now faded and ordinary.
Was it a dream, Mr. Buttons?
She whispered. But when she opened her hand, the silver seed was still there, glimmering softly. She smiled.
Then it really happened.
Clara ran to the castle garden and dug a tiny hole. She planted the seed and whispered.
Grow with kindness.
Days passed, and soon a small glowing sprout appeared. Everyone in the castle came to see it. The flowers nearby began to bloom brighter than ever before. The king and queen smiled proudly.
Our little princess has brought new life to the garden.
Clara giggled.
It's not magic, really. It's kindness.
Epilogue. The Garden of Kindness. From that day on, Princess Clara made sure everyone in the kingdom learned about the Garden of Kindness. She shared her story with the children in the village, helped gardeners plant flowers, and even taught the royal cook to sing while baking pies because kindness, she said, made everything taste sweeter. Every night, before bed, she'd look out at the glowing sprout that had now become a sparkling silver tree. Its leaves shimmered like moonlight, and every breeze whispered softly, "Kind hearts make magic grow." And with that, Princess Clara would snuggle beside Mr. Buttons, smile sleepily, and whisper,
"Good night, Garden of Kindness."
Then she'd drift into dreams filled with golden trails, singing trolls, and a secret map that had led her to the truest treasure of all the joy of a kind heart.